Hello, boss. Good evening, sir.
Every one of us, we say good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on our time zone. It is the accurate knowledge and information again of the global clusters. We are saying instead of NSAS, instead of end bad governance revolution, and other revolution and protests that were you did anything positive to us as a people, as a nation. We are saying let us come do accurate knowledge and information, whereby we have the right power and the right link for us to get to where we ought to be. As our custom is, we introduce ourselves to the accurate knowledge and information revolution promo video as we proceed. Host kindly share the accurate knowledge and information revolution video as we proceed. Thank you, host.
Knowledge is power, and the knowledge and information revolution is about sharing it freely. We live in a world where access to education and information can change lives. At Global Clusters, we champion this revolution by promoting lifelong learning, critical thinking, and the free flow of ideas. This is more than access, it's about empowerment. By equipping individuals with knowledge, we unlock innovation, drive progress, and shape a brighter, more informed future for all. Join us in spreading the light of knowledge and transforming the world, one idea at a time. Knowledge is the foundation of progress. Be part of the knowledge and information revolution at theglobalclusters.org. Stay informed about new revolutions, events, and insights. Every meeting is a chance to grow, innovate, and contribute to a more enlightened world. The revolution needs you. Join us now.
We welcome every one of us. It is very important that we do this today. Every Saturday, we come sharing our knowledge, sharing our information. Very big shout out to the 001, the global president, Ambassador Dr. Adekule Badmus. We greet you. A very big shout out to you. Thank you, sir, for all you do. And of course, a very big shout out to the 001 Accurate Knowledge and Information in person of Professor Ladipo, Dean, Faculty of Education, University of Lagos. And we welcome everyone of us viewing from YouTube channel of the Global Clusters and on Facebook channel and everyone in the studio. I greet you. Welcome everyone. Yes, it is accurate knowledge and information of the Global Clusters today. And we'll be diving on a topic, you know, that's very resonant, that is important for us as a people, uh, for nation building. As we know that for a nation to be developed, it needs a developed people. That is why we want ourselves to be enlightened, to for us to know what we ought to do at part time. We'll be looking at continuous learning in the digital era for nation building. Continuous learning in the digital era for nation building. Now, the digital era is shaping and reshaping how we learn, work, and live. The world has really changed right now. We have people all over the world connecting, and even workplaces are moving from the physical now to the virtual workplace. Most workplaces are doing hybrid right now, whereby they work part time, in the office and do some of the work at home. And continuous learning is no longer optional, but essential. Nation building requires an informed, adaptable, and innovative citizens. It's very important for us to understand that things have really changed, and we need all this knowledge for us to be able to adapt. When the new normal came, the COVID came, this changed how things are being done. Meetings are being held virtually, work are being done virtually. You know, people that were not able to adapt or change quickly into the system were left out of the system. Most people lost their job then. And this is a sign that we should keep learning, keep learning is very important for us, and that can never be overemphasized. And the place of knowledge, the right knowledge, accurate knowledge and information can never be taken away. And as the world is moving fast, it is important that we are aware as clusterians that things are moving fast, and we should keep the pace with the trend, the real trend, what is really happening in the society, in the nation, in the world, for us to be able to position ourselves for all these opportunities. That's why it's very important that there was a saying that the illiterates of the 21st century, there won't be those that cannot read and write alone, but those that cannot unlearn, relearn, and learn. That is why we have to continually build ourselves. And the 21st century is the world of is the digital century, it's the digital world whereby everything is moving very, very fast. And if you are not, if you don't have the basic knowledge of how to navigate, you might miss out and out of the system. That is why we are talking about continuous learning in the digital era for nation building. Now, what is continuous learning? Continuous learning could be said to be lifelong process of acquiring new knowledge and skills. Lifelong process of acquiring new knowledge or skills. That means every day while I was growing, you know, in my younger stage of life, we're being encouraged then to not to not let a day pass without learning new things. You understand? Even if it's just a new vocabulary, if it's just a new information, in those days we used to, before the advent of the technology whereby we have access to the Google and the likes, it was Oxford Dictionary then. We have to look up into the dictionary to get new words. You understand? You know, continuous learning is a lifelong process of acquiring new knowledge and skills. Also, it is beyond formal education. It includes digital skills, self-development, and adaptability. The world we are today is beyond reading and writing. The world, if you want to survive in this new era, it goes beyond just knowing how to read and write alone. You need to uh, get empowered via digital skill, continue to develop yourself, through some soft skills, knowing how to live with people, you understand, all those very, very important. Collaboration is very, very important. And of course, adaptability. Adaptability, all these are the things we used to discuss and train in the global clusters. Be able to adapt to change. You understand? When there's a change, how are you preparing for it? You understand? So there are ways we can do this by getting ourselves updated, getting our awareness. You understand? It's very, very important. So, and there are several ways that we can do this continuous learning. One, through online courses. Now education is totally democratized. You understand? Um, some times ago, it was shared in a global cluster platform by someone that there are some opportunities to learn some courses at the University of Cambridge, you know, whereby most of us took the advantage of it. We took the course and we're so blessed. Learning isn't just about, some people say you're just reading. What's the purpose? You understand? Of just learning. So learning is not because you want to use certificates uh for job. You start. It's important for us to learn, to get updated and be aware. You start to fight and remove ignorance. It's very important. So online courses is how we can do these courses. Then through uh, webinars, you can learn through webinars also. Ebooks, online books, you can learn podcasts, tutorials, you can do that. And peer-to-peer knowledge exchange, now when you like what we have in the global clusters, every day we come, sharing our idea, sharing our expertise. It's an opportunity for us to learn. There's no day that will pass that you have the opportunity to be in the global cluster session that you won't go home with something to take home, to learn, to gain as in knowledge. So it's very important that where we come, in fact, I could say that the most important part of the global process is our daily meetings where we come together to enlighten ourselves, to share knowledge, to encourage ourselves, and to make ourselves see other ways where we can do things better as an individual. So why continuous learning matters for nation building? Why continuous learning matters for nation building. One, we say it builds a skilled workforce ready for the digital economy. It builds a skilled workforce ready for the digital economy. You know, like we said earlier on during the COVID, a lot of people lost the job because some people can't even operate the computer. You understand? Some people don't even know uh um right click, left click, control this, control that, navigate this, navigate that on the computer. And when COVID came, everything has to be virtual, but they couldn't do it. Yes, that. And they were laid off. You see. So when why the reason for this continuous is build a skilled work, it make us skilled. When you have knowledge, when you are learning, when you continue to learn, you are adding knowledge through some vital information. So all this vital information that you got and you practice and it give you the knowledge and you are empowered, it make you skillful. And when opportunity arise, is that you can fit in. We have seen people that they started a job, at a very lower cadre, at a very, very lower cadre, and they had to further their education. Yes, that they have to learn more skills. They have to learn more. They have to empower themselves. They have to acquire more knowledge. You understand? And that makes them to move. In fact, I've read and I've heard and I've seen people that even started as gates, as security officers, as janitors, you understand? And they be able to move up the rank by getting knowledge. You understand? So it's very important. One of the reasons for continuous learning is that it's build skilled workforce ready for the digital economy, a nation whereby everybody is empowered. You know, in what is happening, digital economy is the economy that is virtual now, where we have the crypto, we have the online, and the remote jobs. They are all there. So many remote jobs that are there. In fact, some people they do transactions, they do businesses. Some people are even working right now. They don't even have an office, and they're paying them well. That's the digital economy. You understand? And another reason for continuous learning, why it matters is it enhances innovation and creativity in solving local and global challenges. When you continue to learn, especially when you start making research, you find ways by which um, situations can be resolved. You find that's why you are learning. It pushes you to continue to make research and of course to work on research that has been made on particular issues. And that is why we can see that things are evolving, understand, evolving so fast. Technology is evolving because people are looking for better ways of doing things. Most of the things now that has been done, you can see, especially what's happening with the artificial intelligence, most work that humans will want to do that will take like 10 people to do, you can see that machines are now taking over, and with just some tools and some little skill, those tasks to be done. So we get to learn more, we get to learn more, we get to research more and to see how we can solve our problem locally and connect with people globally. I could remember when I got the opportunity studying some of the courses in the University of Cambridge, then virtually, I was able to meet people all over the world, connecting with them. We still continue to connect even up to now, those are very, very important things. They ask me about my country. They talk about our country. We talk about things that affect those countries, how we can solve them. You see, those are some of the opportunities and ways by which continuous learning can help us even help solve our own problem. Number three, the reason for continuous learning is promotes social inclusion by giving all citizens equal access to knowledge. Since it's virtual, everybody has the opportunity, to go online. In these days, this current period as we are, there's no one that should be ignorant because we have so many informations. There was a time that the Nobel laureate of Nigeria, first Nobel laureate, talking about Prof. Oleshoyinka, then some very recently, maybe I think 3 years ago, mentioned that wow, this period, the youth are so lucky. This period, they are doing their days before you can even write a thesis, before you can even write any article. You have to go through books. You understand? Before you can even bring things together. That this age you just have information, so you have a lot of information at your fingertips. That people of this generation, we have a lot of opportunities that we should use them properly. You understand? So knowledge and access to information is so wide. You don't even need to go to any library to beg or to loan any textbook before you can even have any knowledge or get any information. With your small phone, no matter how, even if it's just a very small phone, so far as it has an internet and it's a smartphone, you understand, you can interact with the vast information all over the world, the Google, the YouTube, the AI, Meta AI, the ChatGPT. You have a lot to learn. You have a lot of skills you can acquire even with this these tools are available uh, on all over the internet. Then it also strengthens resilience in a rapidly changing world. When things like what we're having in all over the world, where things the economy is now advancing, the economy is high all over the world. It's give us opportunity to think. You know, we think, okay, what else can we do? Like what we did in global clusters, while we in conjunction with Reward Foundation, going out there to to evangelize and to propagate to everyone that wow, things are changing. There's a company, there's an industry that you don't even know about that has a lot of money therein, and it is very good for you to be aware of it right now so that you can take advantage of it. We went out in mass, to educate the world about AI and its benefit. And we were able to do that, by encouraging the young chap, the young generation, and we believe that what has been set for these kids, when they take that, they can build upon it and they can actually be they can flow with any changes, even in the economy. So we knew as a nation grows in knowledge, as a nation grows in knowledge, it helps them, it strengthens their resilience. They're able to think even if they are doing something, there's a job they are doing, and maybe they want to learn more about it. They know where to go to learn more about it. They can even learn more skills to get side gigs, because they have opportunity to this learning. And that's what we advocate in the global clusters, that there's so many opportunities all out there. Instead of us complaining, instead of us um protesting, we can just relax, look at ourselves, look at the various opportunities that we have around us, that we can even venture into, and that we can get a lot of benefits from it. In the global cluster, there are lots of a lot of opportunities here that we are propagating. Very recently also we talked about the where we have the remedy heads, coming to us, telling us the opportunity that we have in the electricity supply. Understand? All these we were informed about this and that change, coming up, and these are new things. These are new things that are coming up that we can actually take advantage of, engage in them, and we can have something better for ourselves. Now, some of the key areas of digital era learning. One, we have the digital literacy. It's very important that we learn how to navigate the online platforms responsibly. It's very, very important. There's so many information online, and even yesterday we were guided on how to even utilize and use the Global Clusters app. Many that were on the call that yesterday realized that there's so much benefit. There's so much opportunities that are yet to be tapped, even in the Global Clusters app. You know, and we oftentimes will be going through enlightening our people on how to navigate and how to explore and get all the benefits that we have in the global clusters. And of course, generally, it's important if you don't understand how the online platform works, there are some opportunities that are lying there that we can't even access. But when you understand how can we do that these days when we give ourselves to training, you know, there are so many avenue even on the global cluster say that we can even learn. We can learn a lot. We can learn how to use the internet. We can learn how to use our smartphones, to empower ourselves. There's so many opportunities. In the global clusters, we don't mock people. We don't shame you because you don't know. Everybody, the professionals here, the technocrats here, the entrepreneurs here, they are ready. They are ready to support anyone. They are ready to share their expertise, they are ready to share their knowledge, they are ready to mentor people. So it's not less for us to submit ourselves to this training and take advantage of all this. So other areas of digital era is the STEM and emerging technologies, so like the AI. The STEM is science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Knowing all these things, igniting and our creativity, our innovative thoughts, and the emerging technology like the AI. AI has come to stay. We need to continue to work on them and know how to benefit from them. You understand? And the data science, the world we are right now is a world of data. Everybody need data. The hospital, the schools, the government. Government need data like in the census to know the population and how to take care of them and everything. All these are very, very important skills that we can and go into the cyber security. Since everything's being virtual now, you understand. In the physical world, you need security for the people. You understand? So in the virtual world also you need to be secure. You need to be secure. If not, a lot of damage can be caused through the hackers and the like. So you need knowledge of cyber security, and of course, uh, the renewable energy also. There are areas that we can also learn from. We have that in the global clusters through the Remedy X. They are coming with the renewable energy now. For us, for our benefits, we can take advantage of that and push it forward and benefit for ourselves. And also, other key areas of digital area learning is the entrepreneurship and innovation. Turning ideas into solutions. In the global clusters, we have entrepreneur coming to us, telling us about businesses that are available. We have businesses that are available in the global clusters that we can take advantage of, you know, via digital marketing, via affiliate marketing, and we can turn even all these opportunities to our own benefits with even zero currency. Yes, that in the global clusters we have entrepreneurs that are ready to carry us along. Even if you think you don't have any cash to start with, they give you idea how they started. Most of the entrepreneurs that we have been able to meet in the global clusters, most of them started with zero, and they are enlightening us, teaching us, mentoring us and can how we also can do business, through um, affiliates marketing. And of course, we have all this understanding, we can move that, push that into our digital marketing and make something for ourselves. Other areas are the soft skills, that is the critical thinking, since most people they don't even know that they have the solutions that they need for their own problem or what they are facing. You just need to think around it. You understand? When you find yourself in a tight situation, especially in the era of inflation and the advance in economy, you know, it entails, it entails us to think critically. How can we solve this? Yes, that, and I'm very sure that it is from that thought, that critical thought, that the global cluster also was being established. That how can we help our people? How can we support our people? The government is doing its own part. How can we, as a people, also work together, to help ourselves? So the soft skills a lot is needed in this digital era, um, through critical thinking, communication. You have to be able to communicate your ideas properly to the world for them to buy your idea, for them to know what you are bringing to the table. And collaboration also is part of the soft skill that we can learn. Working with people, working as a team, working in a team, is very important. And of course, showing empathy. Those are some of the soft skills that we can learn. We can learn all these in the digital era that we are today. And some of the platforms and tools for learning, we have some platform whereby we can go ahead to start learning. You can start from today. We have e-learning platform like what we have in the global clusters, from the London to Career. The London to Career Institute is an institute from the UK. And they have several skills. They have several courses that are relevant today, like your data analysis, your business analysis, your project analysis, certificates in nursing assistant, your project management, your content creation and management, and several of them health and safety courses that we can do. All these courses can empower us. Is that we have it in the global clusters, and is most of these courses are even on scholarship that we can take advantage of them, and can help us in a long way as we grow as an individual. Other platforms are virtual classrooms and webinars like we have every time in the global clusters, whereby we have one of our wonderful consultant and tutor in person of Dr. Kari. Thank you so very much, sir, for what you do every time coming, to give to us knowledge and information, that are relevant for free. Even today, he has even posted some of the workshop for tomorrow. Understand? So these are the kind of classrooms that we can join, that will be of a great value to us as a people. Other platform are open source knowledge like Wikipedia, like our Google, like the online libraries. They are all there whereby we can have relevant and updated version of information that will be of benefit to us. Other platform for learning is community hubs for digital training, like the global president have mentioned it, like everyone is going to have our own spark up, whereby we encourage ourselves, like what we have in the community, the global process community, you know, every day our coming together, every day for our revolutions and our sessions is to carry us along, is to make us share knowledge, is to make us share this information that will be of benefit to every one of us as an individual, and that will make us grow. So many of us clustarian that have been partaker of the sessions, we've seen ourselves being upgraded in our thinking, in our relationship, in our doing, even our workplaces. There has been relevant, well, there have been relative change, in our behavior, in how we do things, in how we reason. All these are very, very important because when you have your when you have the right knowledge, you have the right power, and that would help everyone, you know, as an individual to grow and to be ready for the future. And there are some challenges in continuous learning, which affects many, 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 many of us. One of the challenges is limited digital infrastructure. There are some areas that they are not uh, they are not internet. They can, the signal are low, and for you to be able to get the right signal, to use all these online platform could be very, very difficult. So, limited data infrastructure is one of the pain, that has been faced by many, many areas. Some people, when you or when you inform them, especially when you inform people there's a cause. In fact, the last cause, the courses that I talked about that we share, that we got from the global clusters, through the Cambridge University, some people couldn't do that course because where they are, the network was not strong. So the signal was kind of low. So that was a challenge for some people there. Then another challenge in continuous learning is cost of internet and devices. Yeah, with with the advance in the economy now, data is kind of very expensive now. Even to get a good Android or a smartphone that will serve you, it's kind of expensive. So that's the challenge, for many, and is dragging a lot of people back from enjoying the benefit, from enjoying the benefits that we have in the continuous learning. That's been a challenge, the cost of internet and devices. Another challenge is knowledge gaps between rural and urban populations. Yeah, sometimes it was discovered that people in the rural area, maybe because of what was mentioned in the first, is limited in digital infrastructure. They don't know all these opportunities that we have. All these opportunities that are existing online. You understand? So, and those in the urban, although you see have some of them also in the urban, but mostly in the rural area, you see that the knowledge gap is there. They don't know all these opportunities are there. Online for them to tap to continue to learn. Another challenge that we look at is resistance to change and lack of awareness. That's kind of very, very, very common. Some people they don't want to change. I'm very sure that most advanced and developed countries, from the experience and lessons of 2020, the COVID, everybody have adjusted. Europe, the American, most of them, even the Asian, they've adjusted to how they do business, to how they learn. But some of us here, some people still want to continue the way things are being done, but things have really changed. You understand? Things have really changed, and some of us, we just need to adapt to the change. No, no. What makes some people to continue to lay off staff? I'm talking about some companies and organizations to lay off staff is because there are some staff that don't want to change. Things have really changed. You need to continue to learn. Understand the way things are being done have changed. You need to give yourself to learning. Understand continuous learning is what will keep you, in a job for a long time. Understand because when things have changed and you're still behind, imagine what AI could do right now, and some people are not taking it seriously. You understand? Over time, some people are learning the skill right now, and getting aware of how it works, why some people are saying it cannot work. Now, over time, maybe in next 3 or 5 years, when AI has not come to stay, AI is not doing the work of like 5 people. Now, those people that are not ready to learn or key into it, they have no choice but to go. Because every CEO, every owner of the business always wants to maximize profit. You understand? So what we are talking about resistance to change is that we as individuals, as customers, as everyone, we are saying it to the world that we should wake up. We should learn new things. You understand? Those things that are no more relevant, we should unlearn them. And those things that are relevant, we should relearn. Updates, like updating our knowledge is very, very important, because if we don't update, we get out of date, and we might be shown the way out of our job. And that is one of the challenge we are having in our sites today. Most people don't want to change. They still want to continue the way they do things, and that wouldn't help. And lack of awareness. That's why every time, every day we come here, we inform the world about the in thing, especially in our certificates evolution. This is what you need to know. This is what is happening. This is how the world is moving. Please change for better. That is why we have the mandates of the global president. That what we have gained. We have seen the importance of AI and what it can do. And since we have Palestinians in the community that say, "Wow, we love what you are doing. What you come share this awareness with us." So during the week, we were at Ibadan and your town, share making that's making that awareness, telling people this is happening, because it was realized that when good things are happening, people don't want to share it. You understand? They hid it to themselves. But we have the mandate of the global president to go out there and make the awareness of what is right. You understand? AI is coming. There are a lot of things you can do with it. You can do your graphics, um your video, your everything. Most of the things can be done here. And we went there to enlighten people and making them aware of the change. So when they build upon that, especially the younger generation, they will wake up, they will grow to become adults that are aware of these things. And we believe that they will be building upon that skill. And when it's time for the real change, they can now adapt to it. They won't see it as the world is ending. You understand? Because during the serious change, during the new normal then of the of the COVID, a lot of people even uh, they were so confused about what is happening, being isolated, stay at home and do everything. They can't go out. It's difficult for them to adapt to all these things, and it's caused a lot of situations. So another challenge that we mentioned that we just talked about is the resistance to change and lack of awareness. That's why we are doing this, making our people to be aware that this knowledge, this information is what is needed for you to build it up for the future. Now, how can we overcome these challenges that we have mentioned? One of it is to expand affordable internet service. you know the we could maybe move up to the telecoms, encouraging them that they can just make maybe some limits or some subsidized data. Although we have some subsidized data that you can do some data a day, and do some a week and the like. So expanding affordable internet access, that will help. And number two, government-private partnerships for digital inclusion, like what we are doing in global clusters, reaching out to the government, reaching out to every political leaders that we need you to collaborate with everyone, to make sure that the message of the global clusters is being established to everyone. When we have the government backing to do this now, people will now see what we are doing. The government include this in most of the activity that's going and that's being implemented, and they will now see what we are doing here, and to go along to help everyone, because in the global clusters we are pushing for the right knowledge, the right information to make every individual informed. When you are informed, you have the power, the right power, you have the right knowledge, and we both work together, to make everybody become skillful acquire the right knowledge and the right information. Another way we can overcome this is promote open educational resources. Like we said, in the global clusters, we have numerous opportunities in the certificates through the London TU. There are some courses there, even most of the courses there, like £200, and you could just only pay 61,000 to have all this, with the opportunities there. We have access to this. It's just like it's kind of scholarship for us, allowing everyone to have the benefit of this knowledge, and when you have the opportunity to learn, virtually, when you learn online, it makes you to know how the internet works, navigating the internet, knowing how to communicate with the internet, knowing how to engage online. And in that sense, you are becoming aware and more knowledgeable about the digital world. So that's what makes online open educational resources very, very important. Another way we can overcome this challenge is encourage peer mentoring and community-driven learning hubs. Like the global president always mentioning that in all the 774 local government, we're going to establish technical schools whereby everyone will learn in their own mother tongue. Whereby we get empowered. Everybody get
Hmm?
empowered, and it's very
Eh?
important that this is being
The microphone.
encouraged. Peer mentoring, we coming together, learning together, reaching out to ourselves, sharing our own ideas, and helping ourselves to learn more and to see the benefits of learning. Learning every day, continuous learning is very, very important. When I have something, when I have a knowledge, when I have an information that is beneficial to me, I share it with others. You understand? That's part of what we do here in the Global Clusters. Now, a call to action to everyone of us listening, uh, those that will be listening later. Uh, we are saying that as an individual, as a person, commit to lifelong learning. Very, very important. Just submit yourself to it. Yes, that. Get that book, read that book. Yes, that. Relate to people that you feel like, oh, they know more than you. Submit to mentorship, get mentored. You know, collaborate to learn from people. It takes you nothing. It takes nothing from you when you humble yourself to learn from others. You understand? So commit to lifelong learning as an individual. Then, as a community, share knowledge and mentor others. Like what we do here in the global clusters, like the expertise, the experienced one, they come here, um, share their knowledge, what they did or what they are doing that is working for them. They come share it. We have the elderly ones that are here, like we have mommy collects who come, sharing and knowledge with us, in the accurate connection. We have the global presidents and so many people, so many great Presbyterians coming to share their knowledge, and to mentor others. As sharing this knowledge, we're actually mentoring the younger ones amongst us, and it goes a long, long, long way to help the community. We are calling also the government and institution that they should invest in digital education infrastructures. You understand? It could be expensive, but when it is done, when it is done, we continue to maintain it and help everyone to get empowered in the new and in the digital era that we are. And we should create inclusive platform. Let there be inclusive platforms for skill sharing. Let there be inclusive platform whereby everybody will come, all over the world, like we have here in the global clusters. Everyone is there sharing their expertise, sharing their ideas, sharing what they know, sharing what is working, you know, to the world. And we have been doing this for a very long time. And this has been helping a lot of us. Many people have been empowered with one knowledge and the other. And it has been greatly impactful. Everybody coming, sharing ideas. Some are even business some businessmen I even hear that have learned to be technocrats. You understand? And there are some people that just artisan, normal artisans, and they have learned to become professionals. You understand? In the global clusters, through knowledge sharing as we do, we have been seeing people that are becoming professionals, and professionals are even learning to become technocrats in the global cluster. And technocrats are even learning to become entrepreneurs. So in the global clusters, we are always coming together, sharing knowledge, continuing to learn from each other, and making sure that all that we learn from each other, we practicalize it. Understand? Like we have uh, Prosteran Afalabidare, he came into the global clusters as a businessman. He is into mattresses, all type of mattresses, and the likes. But as he engaged in all our trainings and seeing what we do, he learned and he saw and he had, wow, the world is going AI now, and there's a lot of opportunities in the AI industry. And he gave himself to learning that. Imagine a businessman, learning that now he is teaching that skill. He learned it, he gave himself to learning, through in the global process, and going ahead to use all the skills that you have, all these platforms that I have mentioned, to learn more. And from there, he is now a technocrat. That's a skill. That's learning. That could only happen, you know, through learning, through submitting ourselves to learn. And so many of us like that. There are some that even came to the global clusters with zero knowledge of business, but they are now business acumen. Their business ideas were just quickened, and they started working with that. So the global clusters is an opportunity whereby we of course support uh continuous learning. That's why we can never, part of our currency that we share in the global cluster is accurate knowledge and accurate information, because we believe that we have those two, you know those two currencies. You are very, very much empowered, to connect with the right people. We have the right knowledge. How can we have the right knowledge is when we continue to learn, when we continue to get relevant information. It is through the information you get, that become your knowing, your knowledge. And if you think that was you knew 5 years ago is still relevant, no. In fact, knowledge, information are changing in the digital world. That's why it's very important for us to continue to update ourselves and continue to add value. Continuous learning, for nation building can never be overemphasized. So we continue to do this in the global process, enlightening ourselves, encouraging ourselves to do more research, to learn more, go out there. You know, you have your data, you have your devices, you can get information that can add up to your knowledge. Learning how to do things, learning how things work. So lifelong learning is very important for nation building as a people, and in the world. Before we conclude, I can see my brother, my friend and colleague, Prosteran Kukwegon Isaiah. So I kindly heard your voice as we conclude today's session of accurate knowledge and information. We are talking about continuous learning uh, in nation building, continuous learning in this digital era for nation building. Over to you, sir.
Good evening, the ambassador, global president, my colleague, Cluster Shea, and every other cluster present and non cluster as well. Good evening to every one of you. Yeah, global clusters. Uh, I see this uh, organization as an opportunity for continuous learning, as a privilege for those who have not been able to have ideas of the way of life. There are lots of opportunity in this nature. but lack of learning deprive many people, majority of people, from achieving their aims. So you are talking about digital learning. Today we have digital learning that is aiding education, enlightening people, and fast tracking, meet every day to learn. We are being tutored how to go about, how to acquire skills. Many opportunities come around our ways, and those who are vigilant enough, they grab them. Those who grab them, they succeed, and those who succeed, they give testimony. That is part of learning. If we have not been able to come up, burn our data, listen to the tutorship, listen to the mentorship, listen to the opportunities, then it is likely we might not be able. We will have knowledge, because there is no man without a knowledge. You will surely have a knowledge that you can, that you can give out. But when you have a knowledge, but you don't have idea, then the knowledge becomes a waste. So by coming over here, you will see people that will encourage you, okay, with the knowledge you have, the skill you have acquired. You will see people that know, those people that know better than you do, they will put you through. By putting you through is part of teaching. You are acquiring knowledge, more knowledge to what you have gotten. Now, such will also enhance you in life, how to go, it will motivate you. Just like when I came to Global Cluster, the issue of, running here and there on internet, I don't as much love it. But when I came to Global Cluster, I saw the opportunities on ground. I said, this is a privilege. I just have to grab it. Let me go. And since then, at times I will not come to the meeting. I will not join the meeting. I might be busy elsewhere on the internet, working seriously. This global cluster has taught me a lot. In fact, in terms of the internet, when you see an opportunity, you grab it. Many opportunities have come to the meeting, to the platform, which I was not even available. But due to the relationship and the mentorship, my colleague, my second boss just called me. Opportunities are on ground. Don't just keep yourself muted. And information is very powerful. From there, the information was given to me, this and that. And you'll be from there, you'll be working on it. And before you know, you get succeeded. So that is why the modern digital learning we are into is helping the society in order to get succeeded. We should not fold our hands. We should not fold our hands that we want to rely on olden days learning, how it has been before. That the modernized ones, it is not everybody that can key to it. No, it's meant for everybody. If you are exposed enough and you get to the line, you know that digital learning is very sweet. It is very, very sweet. We are talking about telecommunication and all the likes. When we look at today's modern society, how things are, it was not like before. Now, electricity, gone are those days. We are talking about electricity in Nigeria. Many other ways have been coming around that no, we can't continue living in darkness. Sometimes ago, when you come from Europe countries down to Nigeria, at Murtala Muhammed Airport, once it is 7, 8, everywhere becomes dark, and we can't continue to live in the society in that way. So modernization has been coming out that no, if we can live in darkness for some decades. Just like people living in darkness, at times you get to some areas there will not be light for 6 months, 3 years, 2 years, and not the lights. Look at Owodiapa as his model college. We've experienced light there over years. But the modern society today now, they look at, okay, what other way can we, implement to make sure electricity becomes a constant phenomenon in the society? Just like the man that came the other time and spoke about electricity. We should just get up and light the community. That's an opportunity. Now, if he has not come up to tutor us, mentor us, to encourage us, somebody like me would have known that, so that's another private sector. It's still on ground and very cheap, and is ready to do what, to go around the society. So digital learning, modern society, the age of learning today is an opportunity for the larger society and to change the face of our country. Thank you. This is my contribution for today's accurate knowledge.
Thank you so much, sir. Really appreciate your submission. Thank you for the important points that you noted. I'm very sure that as many that are listening can pick something from what you have submitted. Thank you so very much. We appreciate. Um, Please, if you are joining us on YouTube and on Facebook, kindly drop your submission in the comment section of the chat box there. As we conclude, we are saying continuous learning is the engine of progress in the digital age. A nation that learns together grows together. Together, let's build a future ready generation for sustainable nation building. All this is possible when we continue to put our efforts and when we give ourselves to learning. Let's get relevant information. Let's always uh, put in our best to learn what is right and stay focused and put our effort and focus on learning the right thing. And I believe that in no time, when we get the right knowledge, get the right information, we'll be able to know how we can solve our own problem as a people, as a nation, as a continent, and of course, throughout the world. Thank you so very much. I am Glosia Oluwashi Yudusagun. And before we go, we ask, who are we? We are a community of professionals or upcoming professionals. We are a community of technicals or upcoming technicals. We are a community of entrepreneurs or upcoming entrepreneurs where we share accurate knowledge of our industry because we believe that the right knowledge gives you the right power. We share accurate information. We believe that the information that you have is going to be like a bridge for you to move from where you are to where you ought to be, where we share accurate connection because we believe that to whoever you are connected to determine what you connect. The Global Clusters platform is not just a social media platform like your Facebook and your LinkedIn, where you can uh, meet with friends, connect with people, or where you can actually sell like a pro, is the first nation building platform that has come to help everyone, be empowered and even be financially free because we have a monetization platform, for everyone that have been onboarded on the platform. And why are we doing this? We are doing this so that everybody can come together, with your idea, with my idea, we can make sure that our country, Nigeria, is great again. And we encourage everyone. We are calling on every government pastor, so every political leaders. We are calling them and everyone, every leader in the society, to empower a youth with this initiative, so that we can all come together and make our nation Nigeria great again, and of course make Africa great again. I remain your humble self, Glossina Oluwashi. Tomorrow it's Sunday. Tomorrow is Sunday, and by Sunday we have our people-to-people revolution. We are saying that instead of inside, instead of in bad government, instead of all these protests and revolution, we are saying that let the powerful ones among us let them mentor the less powerful among us to greatness, and everyone one at a time, impacting lives, and we all grow together. You can check us out on www.theglobalclusters.org, or you go to your Play Store, and for those that are using Android, and download the app. A lifetime, one-time lifetime of 61,000 naira will get you to become a subscriber and a premium member of the Global Clusters. But all these are meetings which are the engine room of the community, are so free. Join us on YouTube, join us on Facebook, and continue to engage and continue to have yourself change, because the purpose of the Global Clusters is to make everyone free and, of course, to share the prosperity for every one of us. Thank you. I am Pastor Oluwashi, and I say bye for now. Thank you. Bye.